seem to stop me.
Hey guys, it's Holly here tonight, and I am streaming Elder Scrolls Online. I'm going to be just questing through Greymoor where I left off, and come on, hang out and chat with me.
Sailing giants.
Alchemy?
Never enough.
It's true. The Reach attacked Morthal. The Jarl's soldiers put us up.
You are welcome here, Fenorian of House Ravenwatch. By all the Mead and Sovngarde, it's good to see you and the others. Your vampire scholar seems out of sorts, but I'm glad to make his acquaintance. Lyris tells me you ran into a bit of trouble. Care to explain? And I can't wait to hear all the details. In the meantime, let's take a look at what you found and try to devise a plan. Lyris didn't say much, but she indicated that time is short. Here, take this. You deserve a lot more, but it's all I can spare. The information you brought back from Blackreach might give us a fighting chance. Let's put our heads together and figure out how to use what you learned. My father be damned! The Grey Host? Where have I heard that name? Meanwhile, my father rounded up the Herald and moved his soldiers to the outer walls. Then he ordered the quartermaster to stockpile Castle Dower. He's preparing Solitude to withstand a long siege. That might work against a mob of Reachmen, but thick walls can't stop a Herostorm. Any war we try to wage will be over before it starts if we don't find a way to stop them. Fen knows more about the storms than anyone. See what he suggests. Talk to Fen. If he has any bright ideas, I'd love to hear them. Magister Fridelia has been studying the Icereach Coven medallion, but she hasn't had a lot of success. She seems even less confident about reproducing their protective enchantment now. You mean other than hounding my father and serving as go-between for the Jarl of Morthal and the Magister of Carthald? I wrangled promises out of my father and showed our allies that someone in Solitude still cares. I got High King Svargrim to promise to dispatch soldiers to reinforce Morthal's defenses and send aid to Carthwatch. It's a start, but he hasn't actually issued the orders yet. I need to follow up with him after we're finished. Sort of. He admits he might have been wrong about the Icereach Coven, as far as that goes, but he still glares daggers whenever anyone mentions you or Lyris. So let's not bring up Fen, all right? She identified necromantic components as part of the enchantment, as well as Reach rituals. But she isn't an expert on either type of magic. Frankly, I think she's exhausted the scope of her knowledge.
It's all right. I'm ready to help. I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me. Focus on the mission, just like Verandis taught me. Could you show me the research you recovered from Exarch Singalis' laboratory? These notes prove my theory. Netherroot is the key component of the Herostorm ritual. It's like a poison for the soul. Weakens the bonds to the body so it can be pulled free. They're harvesting life energy from anyone caught in the storms. I'm guessing, but it may have something to do with those stone husks we saw. Remember how the werewolf emerged from one? And look at the mixture you retrieved. It isn't like the residue we recovered from the witch pike. It's more concentrated. It's certainly what Singolis' notes imply. Despite how it looks, a plan is formulating in my mind. I think I can create an elixir, but I'll need more of this refined netherroot brew. And we need to solve the mystery of the Coven medallions. I know what you need me to do. Put my experience behind me.
See those marks? Grey host sites that correspond to the communique we found.
Lyris knows this part of the world better than I do. See which locations she thinks stand the best chance of providing us with the items I need.
I know a commander's map when I see one. Each of those marks matches a location mentioned in the communique from Rada al-Saran, the leader of the Grey Host. I can already see where we need to go. That mark on the northwest coast, that's an Ice Reach Coven camp. The communique mentioned needing more medallions. Odds are, they come from there. And here, a Midland camp between Dragonbridge and Morthal. It's a staging ground for the Harrow Storms. More than likely. Those two locations should provide what Fen needs to finish his elixir. We can't bet everything on that, though. The communique mentions a warlord's camp in Blackreach. Maybe we can learn more about their ultimate plan there. Svanna, Fen, and I will divvy up the camps and scout ahead. Fen should investigate the coastal camp. I'll take the Midlands camp. That leaves Svanna with Blackreach. Meet up with each of us when you're ready. Then we'll hit each camp. We don't have a lot of solid details, just what we've pieced together from the Grey Host's notes and communique. But I'll answer your questions the best I can. Which camp did you want to ask about?
You there! Don't run off screaming. There is a perfectly reasonable explanation for this. It's rather humiliating, but my soul is trapped inside this ludicrous child's toy. I need someone with a corporeal form to help return me to my body. These damnable cultists bested me. The witless fools believe they can summon a dragon and return the dragon cult to prominence. Ha! One of their mages bound my soul to this door and left me to spend eternity as this repulsively adorable plaything. need someone to take me to their hideout, a place called Dragonhome, and do this for me. The Dragon Colt's lair, Dragonhome, is further west, as is the altar where you place my belongings. You'll need to put me inside your pack so I can direct you and offer guidance. Don't make a fuss of it. The Dragon Colt's lair. Stuff! No, dear stranger. I would like you to gently place me inside your pack, among your no doubt precious belongings, and carry me inside. Lovely! Then pick me up and let's get... Done. My belongings won't find themselves. impressed. My knife! I stuck it in the neck of a few cultists before they overwhelmed me. It's really a shame that all this beautiful scenery is wasted on these fools. your pick. Isn't this lovely, living underground like rats? The mighty dragon coat indeed. You get all the fun. Could you take me out and wave me at the next group of cultists? I shall have to scour the memory of cultist lips from it if I'm ever to drink from it again. We have everything we need. Now, the altar should be up top somewhere. Hurry! Hurry! If memory serves, this is the cult leader's squalid domain. Be careful, darling.
You cannot stop us! Dragons will once again rule the skies! I can practically feel the blood flowing in my veins. I'm tingling. Now place the items on the altar. That should be enough to break the spell. Hurry!
At last! You did it! Oh, it feels so good to be back in my body. Flesh and I wouldn't think too hard about it if I were you. This kind of magic is often more palatable when not dissected. The long and short of it is that it worked. And yes, darling, thanks to you. My rather enviable body is restored, and so sorry excuse for cultists no longer have a hold of me. Please, take this. It's not every hero that stops to help a talking door. You've more than earned a reward. I didn't realize how much I missed the cold. The wind biting my cheeks is like a kiss from an old love. First, I'm going to make the bastards who did this to me pay. Then,
I think I'll take a long, hot bath, stuff myself on sweets and meat, and then perhaps find someone to warm my bed. Humiliating! Reduced to a child's plaything. I never thought I'd sink so low. Oh, and dreadfully boring, too. All I could do was stare at the wall and think about how much I hated it. And there were so many itches I could not scratch. Certainly not after what you've done to them here. They'd be licking their wounds for months if I didn't intend to make sure none of the remaining survive. The time of the dragon coat is long over. Oh, fine. Think of me as a powerful, stunningly beautiful enforcer of justice. I see evil in the world, and I eradicate it as I see fit. My methods could be viewed as unsavory by some, but perhaps the same could be said of you.
Lyris was right. This camp is crawling with the Ice Reach Coven. And they're definitely producing the medallions here. I was even able to slip away with one. There's more to figuring out this magic than just watching from afar. I need to know exactly how they go about creating them. With your help, we can learn everything about that here in this camp. It's a landing site for the boats coming from the island of Ice Reach. Plus, they're collecting something here that goes into the process of creating the medallions. If you can get me to the center of the camp, I can learn what that is. Determining how they create these medallions will be an enormous help. The Grey Host has accelerated their plans. They need more medallions for a reason. A big harrow storm is coming. We need to be ready. Because the Grey Host is guarding something down there. I couldn't get close, but it appeared that they built the camp to surround something. Plus, I heard a few of the witches talking. Complaining, really, about needing to prepare more medallions. In the First Era, an army of vampires and werewolves tried to conquer the land before they were stopped in Bankarai. They called themselves the Grey Host. It seems this Rada al-Saran has resurrected the army, both figuratively and literally. What do they have to do with the medallions? Let's examine the nearby graveyard. Examine the headstones. Determine what's so special about the exhumed bodies. There must be something that connects these graves to the medallions. Finished? Have you come to any conclusions? Well, we've both been over the headstones with a fine-toothed comb. If we can determine why the Coven dug up these particular bodies, it will tell us something about how the medallions were enchanted. Of course. Compare notes and look for commonalities. You have the makings of a fine scholar, my friend. Now, let's see. I noticed there were a mix of different races buried here. They weren't all Nords. Anything strike you about the departed? They did. Tell me more. Of course. Why didn't I see that? The headstones on the exhumed graves all mentioned that the person was old when they died. Let me think. Some necrotic spells require the remains of the elderly. According to one necromantic theory, the older a living thing becomes, the more necrotic energy it naturally acquires. As a body grows old and withers, the life inside it decays. Necrotic energy is the byproduct of this deterioration. I now know enough about how they create the medallions to move my research along. I'll return to the Blue Palace and start putting an elixir together. To fully craft an elixir to defend against the Harrowstorms, I still require a sample of refined netherroot brew. Plus, we need to determine what the Grey Host has planned.
look sick. Any place to stay?
I am just going to skip side quests right now because I don't plan on being online too much longer and I don't want to get sidetracked with stuff that I don't feel like doing tonight. I am eternally lost in this place. It's very confusing. Don't think I have my minimap mod installed anymore because it would be great to have that up on the screen in here right now. Now I'm probably on the wrong level because I fell down to get that sky shard. I just, like I said, never know where I'm going in this place. It's super confusing. looks like we made it.
I came here to learn what the Grey Host has planned, and what did I find? Good citizens of the Holds, afflicted by the Harrow storms and kept prisoner for some ungodly purpose. No matter how many I set free, the Herald will not leave this place. That's all I've been doing, and trying to get these afflicted people to leave this place. The Herald, the storm robs them of their will, their minds. I wasn't able to slip deeper into the camp, though. Agreed. There appear to be a number of Grey Host warlords in the camp, so discovering their plans should be possible. We need to be careful, though. I don't want us to wind up like the Herald, serving as food for these bastards. Messages have been coming and going since I arrived. I've heard the name Rada al-Saran, the Ashen Lord, spoken in hushed and revered tones. His name was on the communique you found, remember? We need to get down there and see what else we can learn. Hiding, building their forces, digging, undermining. That's the correct term, I think. Plus, they're collecting the Herald, herding them like cattle. It's monstrous what they're doing to these poor people. The only thing I'm sure of is I have to try. If my father won't act, then it falls on me to get things done. It's what my mother would want me to do. Scaffold. Let's eavesdrop on those werewolves.
I left the orders in my tent, but the Ashen Lord was clear. We need more netherroot. See to the undergrove immediately.
As you command, Pentok.
There, on the left. Let's listen in.
Exarch Zingalis has fallen. I have never seen Rada el-Saran, our Ashen Lord, so filled with sorrow, or such rage.
Does the loss of the Exarch alter our plans?
Not in the least. The strike on Solitude will occur as planned, after Exarch Ulfra tests the improved ritual in the Undergrove.
An attack on Solitude? We need to move quickly. The Grey Host definitely has something big planned. Let's search the tents for a copy of those orders. That's what we were looking for. Let's talk over there. Orders from Rada al-Saran. His words send a chill down my spine. Their plan for Solitude? It might even be more dreadful than an all-out attack. We need to get back and determine the exact location of this Undergrove place. You saw what happened at Kilcreath and Carthwatch? Whatever they have planned for Solitude, it sounds a whole lot worse. I wish we knew more about this Rada al-Saran and what drives him. A family of monsters? Who could imagine vampires and werewolves working together? Let alone talking about one another like brothers and sisters. It's not natural. Fenorian has the right idea. Come up with a defense against the Harrowstorms. After that, we can take the fight directly to the Grey. We came down here to find out what the Grey Host has planned. But Fen still needs information about how the medallions are created, and a sample of the refined netherroot brew. Help Fen and Lyris at the other camps. Then meet me in Solitude. Good. Hopefully that information will help Fen with the elixir he's working on.
Bold move, setting up camp in the midst of the Western Holds. I'll say this for the Grey Host. They aren't afraid to draw attention to themselves. It's just as we thought. The Grey Host is using this camp as a supply depot for their raids across the countryside. I saw stacks of witch pikes, rows of reliquaries, and jars of what I assume is the refined netherroot brew. Right. And I heard the camp leader, a nasty creature named Sableye, tell his troops to make sure to use the new supply that just arrived from Blackreach. Let's go grab a jar or two. No jars in this cart. Let's try another one.
You know what the Grey Host does with spies. We eat them.
Let's be quick. let's be quick. They loaded the... Not this card either. I hope we didn't miss it.
Stop them, my packmates! I'll get this brew to the witches.
Sableye has the brew. Let's find him before he gets away.
Does with spies. We eat them.
Oh, nice, the lead.
You got a jar of the refined brew? Let's talk over here. Luck was with us. If we had reached this camp even a few moments later, Sableye would have gotten away with the Netherroot brew. After all this trouble, Fen better be able to use it to make his elixir. I'll take the jar of refined Netherroot brew to Solitude. We'll meet up in Svanna's chambers when everyone gets back from their missions. I hope they're all right. We got what we need from this camp, and since Fen and Svanna are already on their way back to Solitude, we might as well head there too. Go on. I'll meet you at the Blue Palace. In addition to the refined Netherroot brew, Fen needs information on the Ice Reach Coven medallions. Plus, we're hoping to learn more about the big storm the Grey Host has planned. Help Fen and Svanna at the other camps, then meet me. I suppose congratulations are in order. Just remember, we still... So, do we have a way to defend against the Harrow Storms, or what?
The elixir should do what we need, provided neither Fen nor I made any miscalculations.
Yolen, don't be so negative. The elixir will work. You'll see. Oh, good. You're back. Mjolin and I have been discussing the various ways to turn what we've got into a protective elixir. I'm hesitant to get too excited. The Grey Host uses an unstable mix of alchemy and sorcery to create the Harrowstorms. An arcane ritual and the Netherroot brew focus the power of each Harrowstorm through the prepared witch pikes. Ingenious, but fully exploitable. We can use the refined brew as the basis of our elixir. Now that we understand how the Harrowstorms are created, we can use those same components to replicate the medallion's protective properties. We just need to gather the necessary components. Svana's associate, Mog, will procure most of the supplies I need, but there's one final ingredient required. For various reasons, I can't simply walk into the Hall of the Dead and claim it myself. I need you to acquire a holy ointment associated with a god that became popular due to imperial influence. It's used by the priests in the Hall of the Dead to provide protection against necromancy and the undead. We need that oil to create our elixir.
Alrighty, I think I am going to wrap this up here for tonight because I don't want to get involved in another big quest line. I'm going to take a short break, go AFK for a few minutes, and then I will be back to stream Smite with some friends of mine. So thank you very much for watching.